Welcome to another episode of Grind My Gears. Today we're just talking football. So first rule about the show is don't fucking talk over each other like a bunch of fucking morons. Second rule is say whatever the fuck you want. So that being said, let's start this shit off. We have a diverse group of dumb fucks in here, Packers and fucking Steeler fuckers. So I'm gonna start at the we were gonna do this earlier on in the season, but I'm glad actually we fucking waited because it's actually a clusterfuck, like what's happening in the NFL right now. But I'm gonna start. Let's start with the fucking AFC North because I don't care about the Packers. Fuck them. Uh, uh, and we just watched that game yesterday where Tom Brady. I see. Here's the thing. A lot of people are hating on Tom. I don't blame him completely for how shitty the Buccaneers are. They can't run the ball. The defense is weak. I don't think it's all Tom's fault. But at the same time, the Buccaneers suck, and the Ravens should have done better against them. Biggest problem from that game, in my opinion, was the play calling. I thought the play calling was really fucking dumb. I thought in the first half they didn't run the ball, and as soon as they ran the ball, they started lighting them up. But what do you guys think about that assessment of Tom?
I think the biggest thing with the Bucs is that Brady has always been a play action quarterback. He's always thrived off of having wide receivers who play in the slot. Always thrived off of running backs who can go downhill and then play in the flat and stuff. Their running backs are trash. Like Fournette only comes out and plays in the playoffs. And then them losing Jones in the offseason, that hurt them. Like they have no running backs right now. They're horrible. So Brady's he's not looking bad, but
he takes the heat because he's the GOAT, right? But
yeah, for sure.
At the same time, you can't blame that all on him.
No,
can we just say that? Let's not forget, Brady's like what, 45, shit like that. Like his arm strength, you look when he's pushing down the field, it's not there anymore. You know, he seems to be holding on to the ball a lot more. A lot more dink and dunks now. Get it out of his hands quickly. He doesn't seem to have the patience that he used to.
He's always really been a dink and dunk quarterback. Only 1 year he really threw over top is when he had Randy Moss. Other than that, like he's always really been like between the numbers, pass it down to Amendola, pass to like Wes Welker. He's always been that kind of quarterback.
But I would say more medium range he used to throw. Not so much the long ball, but I'd say more so medium range, 10 plus yards you could count on. Now it's like behind the line of scrimmage, get it out 2-3 yards, quick slant passes. Like to me, when I watch him, he doesn't have the patience that he used to, and I don't understand why he even came back. Like you have nothing to prove. You have 7 rings.
I know he fucking came back. He was about to get divorced. Yeah.
No. He said, "Fuck the kids," and came back. That's what happened. That's
exactly what happened there.
Yeah, Ergys, your video's off, huh? Anyway,
I know I'm eating. That's why.
Oh, okay. You don't want to see your nasty mouth.
Yeah.
No, the thing with
expect nothing less from a Steelers fan.
Yeah, no. The thing with Brady though is he's got good receivers. I don't think it's a receiver issue. Like Mike Evans and Godwin are good. He has Russell Gage. I mean, they have it all.
Scotty Miller, that fucker is fast as shit.
The thing is like you were saying though, when he was playing in New England, he had those, I call them scat backs, like Wes Welkers and yeah, like those players that are never gonna fucking make the Hall of Fame, or Edelman, right? But like they chew up the 5-yard pass and then they take it for like a 30-yard fucking gain, right? Whereas I don't see the the Buccaneers doing that kind of thing. It's all long ball. It's all like, okay, Mike Evans is like a 30-yard receiver. Godwin is like 20 yards down the field. Like,
They tried to a bit in that first half. They tried to get Godwin involved early with like the little not a little screen, but the quick hitters. They tried like
yeah,
3-4 times in a row, and then I don't know if he got hurt or whatever happened, but they stopped going to him completely.
yeah. And I mean, Tampa's another story, but let's talk about the Ravens because it's as Ravens fan, it's a wishy-washy season to me. I think the biggest issue, I think it's actually a good team. It's a solid team. They can put up points. I think the defense is suspect, very suspect. It has like times where it flashes brilliance, where you're like, oh fuck, and then fourth quarter hits and we blow a 30-point lead to fucking Miami, to Buffalo, to name it, and who knows what else.
All winnable games.
Everybody, no, like we Ravens and up till now, Ravens have won every game this season. They've been up 10+ points.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Every game this season.
And so I think the biggest takeaway for like the strength of schedule is very weak for the Ravens. The only winning team that they have is the Bengals at the end of the season. Everybody else is a losing team, including 2 Pittsburgh games that we still have to play to a fucking terrible Pittsburgh team. A terrible Pittsburgh team.
I'm not. I can't even disagree with you. I can't even disagree with you. Like I can't.
Yeah. But
they're in
here's the thing though: is as shitty as Pittsburgh is, they always fucking linger around. They're that little itch that you can't get rid of, and sometimes they creep their way into the playoffs, especially with that extra playoff. I don't see that happening this year, though. I really don't see that happening. Ergys, take it away with the fucking Steelers. Like, what's going on?
The biggest issue, and as every like the Steelers fan, fire Matt Canada because he is just terrible. It's not even the QBs. I like Kenny Pickett.
I do.
I think he's trying. I think he's going up and he's making plays. But the problem what's deflating is the defense would do these. They will make the defensive stops, and then Matt Canada runs 2 run plays, and then the third down, he'll pass in the third down, but everyone expects you to pass it, and then they turn it over, and then when they get it again, they do the exact same thing, and it's deflating, and it deflates the offense, and then the defense has to go there and try to work extra hard, and also too, their biggest thing, you could tell their defense revolves around T.J. Watt.
Yeah.
Without T.J. Watt there, they're lost. Their rush game is lost. Their rush defense is absolutely lost. They're just, and that's really the big thing, right? Without their main guy there, they don't really have. They do look lost out there a bit, and but the biggest issue for me is their offensive coordinator.
Well, what's the
fire?
Just get
out of there. Just please.
What's the biggest thing is the biggest problem I see is Najee Harris is actually a good back. And was it Deontay Johnson, your wide receiver? Like the production level is shit this year.
Offensive line sucks.
Sorry,
Deontay, yeah. Sorry.
What'd you say, Adrian?
I said the offensive line sucks. They don't open holes. Najee, it'll close like. They don't open any holes. He can't get open, and then he's done. 2 yards down, 2 yards.
Yep.
And then Kenny Pickett's forced to make a move, and then he throws an interception because he's forced to do too much. Because they're asking too much of a rookie quarterback. They're not easing him in like Ben got eased in.
Yeah.
It's just like, throw this guy into the fire.
Well, to be fair, correct me if I'm wrong, but when Big Ben started as a rookie, he won 15 games.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I hate that. I kind of hate that excuse that you're a rookie, so we're throwing you in, so you're playing like shit. Because there are rookies who come in and, RG3 came in, lit shit up. Yeah, he sucked after the fact, but he lit shit up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Big Ben's won 15 games. I think they were 15-1 when he was starting. I like Kenny Pickett as their quarterback. I'm still saying fuck the Steelers at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But we like, they're in rebuild mode, and they should have stuck to Mitch for the season and maybe eased him in. But he's the quarterback now, so it's like if you're gonna fuck up, you're fucking up at the end of the day.
So
like,
in terms of ranking the Steelers, you guys put them at the bottom of the AFCs.
Yep.
of course, that's where they are right now.
Yep.
He turned his camera off for that because he was going to be so embarrassed to say.
They both-
The other two in that division, Cleveland, which I think everybody had high hopes for with Rapey McGee at quarterback, who's coming back soon. No, like seriously, like I don't want to get political because my high's kicking in, but how in the fuck is this guy still allowed to play fucking football? He's raped more women than fucking Bill Cosby, and they covered it up. And he's still getting guaranteed. He's getting fucking more money than Kanye. He's gonna be more richer than Kanye now that Kanye get canceled with that guaranteed fucking money. Like there is no way this guy should be playing football, but apparently he is, and he's the reason why Lamar hasn't signed a contract yet. But
He's 100% correct. Him and fucking Sierra are the two reasons why Lamar hasn't signed a contract. And when I mean Sierra, I mean Russell Wilson.
Yeah. But yeah, he's the reason why Lamar didn't sign a contract, which I understand Lamar's a gamble there, which we could talk about. But at the same time, let's stick on with the Cleveland Browns. They actually have a very talented team, but I think the biggest problem right now is they were winning a lot more and they were a bigger threat. And this is my opinion when they have both of those backs scoring points and doing well, whereas it's only Nick Chubb now. What's his name? Kareem Hunt.
Yep.
Is sucking dog shit this year and looking like a true number two. Whereas last year and the previous year before, it was like, who's the number one back in Cleveland?
They want to trade him. Well, he's looking to get out for a trade, so I don't think they're using him as much because the team is going to come and pick him up. I feel, give them a 4 and they trade him. I think they're trying to just keep him fresh so that because if he gets injured, then they're screwed, right? So
yeah. I think it's the Melvin Gordon, Austin Eckler situation, the same shit, right? Maybe he's not as good as people thought he was just because he was playing on a team that ran the ball and gave him the opportunity, right? Like Melvin Gordon sucks now, right? But when he was with the Chargers, he was actually putting up numbers, right? That's my opinion. I actually like Amari Cooper on the Browns. I think he's a good addition. I think Rapey McGee will connect with him a lot once he gets going. But what it is what it is, bro.
no, I know.
Yeah, them getting Cooper was a very, very sneaky good pickup. Like he's not an over the top guy all the time, but he's a tremendous route runner. Like he gets open, right? So once you add him and then you add the quarterback in, and then you start doing play action, start like getting some downhill runs, and then now you can get Amari Cooper breaking off routes and stuff. They're a scary roster.
Do the Browns have enough in them to make the playoffs this year?
No.
I said no from the jump. I'll be honest with you. Like,
that was a unanimous fucking no. There was no.
I'll be honest with you. They can like. They're not far off. They're what? They're 3-4 right now.
No, 2
and 5.
2 and 5. They're tied with the Steelers.
Okay, well 2 and 5. Okay, 2 and 5. So they're a game or two out. Like they like.
Dude, 6 losses, so you're not making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Now the division is still up for grabs. Like our Ravens are atop the division, but that when we have our talks and shit like that, it's like how far are they gonna come?
Here's the problem with this. The North is Cincinnati is actually playing good football right now.
Yeah.
So
they just lost Chase.
But they're not putting him on IR. They're not putting him on IR, so that's positive sign.
I don't know, man. He was opening it up for Tyler to go down the middle. Tyler is not a good outside receiver. He's a good slot receiver. You know what I mean?
But they also have T. Higgins though. That guy can catch
Yeah,
it.
he's a sneaky number two. Could be number one in a lot of teams too, right?
Yeah.
So, but like, who's going to take the other side? It's the other side that opened up the middle, right? So, because I don't know, Joey B goes on these crazy games where he throws for 400 yards.
Yeah.
He killed the fantasy playoffs last year.
Burrow's he can ball out, but and they did do a good job getting a better offensive line. I thought like that was our critique of them last year. Like
That's what cost them the Super Bowl.
yeah, and I also was concerned that they would get that kid fucked up again, right? Because that was the reason he tore his ACL, right? It wasn't like it was a crazy move. It was because they weren't fucking blocking for him. So they did a good job with that. That's the I can see them taking the division. They're playing really good right now. I can see them putting out. I can see them being the first team in the North with 10 wins for sure.
Well, they're on a 2-game win streak, no? Yeah, they are. They beat the Saints and the Falcons.
Yeah, but that's nothing to cheer about.
That's not. And they got the Browns next. I don't think that's a suspected win there too.
But
even
sorry, go ahead.
so I was saying, going back to the Browns, how many games do you think they're going to give when Watson comes? I'm not going to call him that name. When Watson comes back.
What, you don't like Ricky McGee? I like Ricky
Quarterback.
How many games are they going to give him? Like chance? Like if he doesn't play good football, are they going to cut him, or are they going to now? It's like we give this guy $240 million.
Dude,
There's no way
we're stuck with him.
Yeah,
all his money's guaranteed.
They gave him guaranteed money over 5 years. They're stuck with him.
No,
dude, the dude could go to jail, and I'm pretty sure he gets the money.
Oh boy!
Yeah,
Right.
like he could get convicted of one of his little rape or sex offenses, and he still gets that fucking money.
But that's the big risk, right? It's like, what if he doesn't play good football? Now you wasted all that money for this guy. You know what I mean? Because I don't think he's going to play as good as he's had. 11 games off.
Yeah.
So now he's definitely going to be a bit rusty.
I don't.
Off for I think it's gonna be like 2 years.
Yeah,
because he was hurt before, wasn't he? Like he had like a ACL or something, no?
No, they didn't let him play while he was being allegated, like all the allegations.
Yeah, there's that. But wasn't he hurt before as well?
He was, I think.
I swear he was hurt.
Yeah, but it's the classic.
Either way, I don't.
It's a classic Nick Foles situation. He gets that money, and it's either he's gonna fucking perform or he's gonna fucking disappear, like Nick Foles.
I personally don't think he's going to perform. I don't think he's a massive upgrade from Baker Mayfield. That's just my opinion. I really don't think he's a massive upgrade from Baker Mayfield. Maybe slightly better than Baker's been playing like shit this year. I had high hopes for Baker. I like Baker, but I don't think Watson is, this massive upgrade from Baker where they needed to pay him, $200+ million all guaranteed. I don't think he's going to ball out and be as good as they think he's going to be.
His last game was 2020, so that was 2 years.
Yes,
it's his last game.
Yeah, and he's coming back week 10 against the Texans. Is it 10? Something like that.
That's week 13.
Yeah,
that's an 11-game suspension, no?
Yeah, but something about it, he has to get 2 weeks of like some sort of period, like week 13.
And they have a bye too. And they have a bye in there too.
So basically, by the time he comes back, they're already going to be out of playoffs. Like they're going to lose him. Yeah. So there's no point. They really just wasted a lot of fucking money on that guy. Which is the most exciting division in the AFC, and I don't believe I'm saying this, is the fucking East, right? Because like Buffalo's Buffalo. I think we can all agree Buffalo is a serious fucking team. But the fucking Jets are number 2. Who the fuck would have said that 5 weeks ago?
That defense is balling.
Yeah.
Defense is balling. But they're going to have a problem replacing that kid, man. Breece Hall was the shit.
Yeah.
Those shot plays. It was like 80 yards on 3 carries.
Yeah.
That's his lines. They were crazy. He's so
in the Broncos, right?
No, the kid on the Jets.
Yeah.
Brees Hall, man, he was good. He was
The
good.
running back. Yeah, he saw.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying, was this against the Broncos or was this just
Oh yeah,
just
that
in
was
general?
before he got hurt with the ACL against the Broncos, and he had like a
Yeah.
90-yard pass in some other games, like big shot plays. Like,
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
when you finish in last for like 7 consecutive years and you get all those draft picks, it's bound to like fucking come through. I mean, surprisingly, when the Ravens played them and Joe Flacco was fucking playing, they actually played good against the Ravens. Do you think they make it into the playoffs, or is this just a pipe dream?
What's their schedule?
like a bubble team.
Well, do you think they get in? What do you guys think?
I think if they continue playing how they're playing, then
Yeah.
sure, I don't see
Yeah.
why not.
They have New England, Buffalo, another New England, Chicago, Minnesota, Buffalo, Detroit, Jacksonville, Seattle, Miami. So they have a harder schedule than the Ravens. But
No, I wouldn't say much harder. Like,
well, they have winning teams. That's the point. They have
yeah.
they're playing teams with winning records. Now we have Miami, which Tua he can fucking play. He can play, but I'm concerned for that kid's health.
Oh yeah.
And if he trips and falls, they might take him out of the game, put him in 10. Like,
Yeah.
Forget him tripping and falling. Even in the Steelers game, he went head first in one of the
I
he
saw
went
that.
he went right in, and I'm like, oh my god, like
Yeah, and they continue he shouldn't have played that game where he got knocked out because he was concussed before. Miami is a good team, but they only have a good team as far as they can keep that kid healthy. And
Yeah.
I don't know how much they can keep him healthy because I think right now he shouldn't even be playing. Like Ergys and me have both been in a cage. We both know how fucking concussions work. Like you don't just get better from a concussion in 2 weeks. No, no,
no.
like you get knocked out in the cage, you get a medical suspension for minimum 90 days, right? In the NFL, you get a suspension for 3 days,
Yeah.
but until they say "fuck you," we're paying you a lot of money, get the fuck back out there.
That's
You're
the
losing
right?
games. You're losing
Yeah.
games.
Yeah, like even you know who's probably had so many shots that I think they're screwing with him a little is Mahomes. Like Mahomes gets hit a lot in the head. I've seen that guy wobble, come back up to his feet over the last 2 seasons multiple times, and not once was he sat out from a concussion. So
Yeah.
that's the biggest problem. But I'm overall Buffalo. Who can anyone stop him?
In the
Kansas
division.
City.
I think Ravens can, man. Just Ravens gotta be healthy, man. Ravens gotta be healthy. Like you watch that game, they control the game for a good portion of the game. So once Ravens are healthy, I think they can beat anybody. But on the other side of that coin, that they can get beat by literally anybody. So
Yeah, but does Buffalo have too much depth for other teams,
Yes.
right? Because you look at a team like Baltimore. Once you get past the first stringers, like you don't have much, right? But Buffalo, they have weapons everywhere, and they consistently perform.
I'd argue that Ravens are a very deep team. I'd
How
argue that
how
because
so?
you look at their secondary. You look at a guy like Marcus Williams, who we signed for a 5-year deal, and his backup comes in who didn't play much at all last year. Geno Stone, and he's coming in. He made big plays against the Bucs. You look at our running back situation. We have about 4 running backs, and every one of them who has come in the game and has been a threat has made plays. Even the wide receivers, like our wide receiver room is like not very good. We all know that, but every game they get a play. They get a play out of somebody. Miami game it was Bateman. You look at Duvernay makes play, but he makes plays in the punt return too. But he makes plays. You look at a guy like Marcus Robinson, he makes
the
plays
rookie tight end that we have.
tight end. Yeah, like
Isaiah.
He's
like the
good.
Ravens are a deep team, but the problem is that situationally, where we've been great our whole existence as a Baltimore franchise, situationally they're not a very good situational team. You look at third down, you look at fourth down, you look at in the red zone, you look at big plays times. Like they're not a very good situational team, and that's why we've lost those games when we need to win. So I think they're a deep team. Just got to get healthy. Play calling got to get better. Lamar has to be better. Just got to be better in general.
I've been saying fire our offense for how long?
But going back to Buffalo, are they the team to beat right now? Like they're the number
Who's
one.
better than Josh Allen right now?
I'd say that.
Yeah.
I'd say they're definitely a team to beat for sure.
Yeah, well, nobody's beating Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs connection. Like they have
No.
a really good chemistry. So I mean, they seal that division. Now the Kansas City division, it's an interesting division because well, I don't think the Chargers are that strong, and I don't think the Raiders are that bad. It's a really weird. It's a really weird division.
We always have these conversations with the Raiders. It's like you never the Raiders on paper have a good team, but then it's like they underperform every single year
Yeah.
until later in the season, and then they start picking it up when it's too fucking late.
Is it Derek Carr?
Yeah.
I for a long time I liked the guy, but I never thought he was a
I
franchise
think
quarterback.
the problem with this roster is not their offense. I think the problem is their defense is so trash. The only good player on the defense is freaking
Not
Crosby.
yeah.
Crosby is the best player on that team. And then you look at a guy like Chandler Jones, who they picked up, who is a really good player, but he hasn't made a lot of big splash plays this year. But their defense is what's letting them down, and then also the health of Waller. Those are the two things that's weighing them down right now. But I don't think offensively they're struggling.
Well, they have the most surprising running back in the game right now. Josh Jacobs playing fucking fantastic. Right? Like if you had him on fantasy, you're lucky because he's just racking up points, right?
It's true. Fifth round.
Yeah. But I think what you said with Waller is important because he was the biggest threat on receiving wise on that team now. But like you have Adams too, but Waller is he's that intermediate threat because he's so big too, and they just don't have that right now.
You look at every great every good NFL team in the league right now. They all have one thing in common. They all have a tight end that they can throw the ball to down the middle when they need a reception and they're in trouble. Look at all of them; they all have that, right? So, not having Waller, who's that down the field threat, who's that vertical threat, who can find the soft spots in the zone, like he's a big target, red zone threat. Like not having that guy in your offense, it makes things hard for Devontae Adams because now all you gotta do is just put a safety over top, and you kind of just limit what he can do with the big plays. Like you look at what the Ravens did to Bengals with Jamar Chase. They just had the two safeties high and kept everything in front of them. Like that's how you stop Devontae Adams. But how do you stop a guy, a big 6'6" motherfucker who just runs down the middle of the field, he's open? Like like how do you stop that? So like not having him is huge.
Well, do you can they win that or at least make a playoffs at 2-4 right now?
I don't know because like that division, like that division is tough because Kansas City is going to get a playoff spot, and then
with the division.
Yeah, like he's gonna get a playoff spot. But then like the other three teams, they're kind of just going to beat up each other. Like Chargers might get a win here, Denver might get a win here. Like
Chargers are disappointing.
Broncos.
Both of them are disappointing, but like Denver.
We'll get to the Broncos in a second.
All three of those teams, the Chargers, Raiders, and other team, Chargers, Raiders,
Chiefs,
and Denver. Yeah, Chargers. Yeah, those three teams, they're all kind of in the same position where like they have super high hopes coming in, and they've all kind of faltered, right? So, but then again, you look at all three of those teams, and all three of those teams can beat each other. So I think they're gonna like split games, and then it's gonna come down to maybe like a road game end of the year.
The Chargers were the biggest disappointment for me so far. I thought they had a really good roster, but they just haven't performed. They just haven't performed. As simple as that. But oh my god, how fucking terrible are the Denver Broncos? Oh my gosh, did you guys watch that game
Gotta be specific.
against Indianapolis? That was like
Their defense is balling out, man.
There's many games though. It's not.
Out, but Russell Wilson and Nathaniel Hackett are fucking awful. They're so bad, man. And that's the problem with that team. That
Dude,
right there is the problem.
when they played that Thursday night game, I was in the gym working, and I came home and I'm like, oh, I'll catch the last quarter. I caught 5 minutes and I was bored shitless. And then the game finished and the commentators apologized to me for the broadcast. What the fuck? That
I
like
think it's their head coach. Like, I don't know why. Well, I know they said they brought him in because there was hopes that Aaron Rodgers would go there. I don't think Wilson is as bad as he's playing right now. I always say we're forgetting the 10 years, the Super Bowls and stuff that he has. I think it's the head coach. I think that he's one and done. I think end of the season he's fired. I wouldn't be surprised if he's fired.
Yeah.
If they lose this, I think they have Jags next. If they lose this game against the Jags and they get blown out, that might be his last game as a coach.
But in the lads, the Jets, did they bench Russell Wilson? They put Brett Ripon in, no?
Hamstring injury, right?
He's hurt.
Oh, was it? He's hurt.
Yeah.
That's why they're making fun of the Ravens were making fun of him because they were doing high knees. He was doing high knees in the airplane, and the Ravens were making fun of him after. But because he was hurt, right? But at the same time, like he's just not playing good quarterback. He's not playing good football. It's not what you paid for. If you're fucking Seattle right now, you're laughing. You're like, oh shit! All right, see you later. We got
They got Geno on a 1-year deal, and they're so happy that they didn't fucking pay for Russell Wilson because Geno Smith is playing 2 times better than he is right now.
Yep.
Well, Denver's got to be the worst team in the AFC.
I think Denver picks it up next year. I didn't think. Even when they traded for Wilson, I'm like, they're still not winning the division. I would have said third at best. So I think next year is going to be the year for Wilson. I think they're going to have a new head coach as well.
I don't see them fucking I'm never if the game is on, I'm turning it off. I'm not watching a fucking Denver game right now.
Well, not for the rest of the year. I'm not.
That last division, Tennessee is ahead, but that is a weak division.
They have fucking 5 primetime games this year.
Oh, Denver, right?
Denver has 5 primetime games, bro.
Oh,
it's crazy.
Oh
my God. The NFL fucking bought the bullshit so heavy,
But they can change that. They've flexed games out of those positions.
You can flex games. You can flex game any time of the year, but they don't start flexing games until usually week 15, week 16, week 17, when games matter, and they want to get viewership up. So they put the 3 games that fucking matter in the 1 o'clock window.
Well, I'm not watching a Denver game. I'm gonna say that. If I see it, it's on Red Zone, and they're just fucking flashing it by. I'm not tuning in to a Denver game.
It's not a Red Zone. They don't score, man.
Yeah. Tennessee's winning that division, but that division is poor. But I do see Jacksonville as a sleeper. I don't think they make the playoffs, but I think they'll shit disturb a lot of shit there.
I think they've improved. I think I was that was again a team that I thought would be doing a lot better this year, but Trevor's done a lot better this year, I think.
And they have those 2 good running backs. They're not a bad team. I can see them fucking up a lot of people's chances at the end of the season. I don't see them being in the playoffs, but I think it's a shitty division too. Tennessee doesn't look like a very strong team at all compared to the past. I don't know what management was thinking getting rid of Brown, but that was to me the dumbest fucking trade I've heard of in a long time. But I mean, at the end of the day, you can't.
Look what he did to fucking Philadelphia. And I was saying for sure that was also he changed Philadelphia in a night.
Yeah.
One night, he changed him from a decent team to like a middle of the pack team to the best record team in the NFL.
Yeah.
One night.
And going back to Tennessee, but you can never count them out because they have that fucking fridge as a running back. Like,
Yeah.
uh, you hand that ball to that guy, Derrick Henry, he'll run you the fuck over.
Yep.
And I don't know what it is on the back of like his hair. It looks like a shark penis or
He's
something.
an elephant. I used to tell Mandy, I said, yo, he looks like an elephant. He runs like an elephant. He's an elephant. That's his trunk on the back of his head.
You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of like a slimmer Jerome Bettis, because Jerome Bettis was a beast.
I thought you were going to say Eddie George.
Yeah, he reminds me of Eddie George.
Really? I would
Yeah.
say
That's some nice feet, though. He made him hit that ball, but he was like beast low.
Yeah, but
especially for as big as he was, it was insane to see a running back that massive run like that. To me, it was so
Derrick Henry doesn't make any shifty moves though. That motherfucker just runs.
No, he just goes straight in there.
Remember when
I heard the perfect analogy of Derrick Henry. Like, I think it was like Chris Sims said, like, if you fill a fridge full of meat and you let it go downhill and you try and stop it, that's Derrick Henry. It's just a big, you're just running downhill. Like you can't stop him. Like like once he gets his feet moving and he hits freaking secondary, like it's a wrap. Like he's stiff arm motherfuckers. He's like getting guys down. Like the one time that Ravens played him well was they put emphasis on stopping him before he gets his feet moving. Once he gets his feet moving, good luck on that shit.
Remember 2-3 years ago when the Ravens had that brilliant season that the Tennessee ruined and Earl Thomas?
That's not
Earl Thomas.
because
no.
that's
Remember when Earl Thomas
was fucking so disappointed that year. I broke my living room. Like, let's not talk about that, please.
I know, but no, fuck off. Remember when Earl Thomas said that? Yeah, I could tackle fucking Derrick Henry. Then Derrick Henry comes running at him, and he fucking takes his face like a child.
Yeah, very nice.
And then the very next season, Earl Thomas goes crazy, having threesomes, getting thrown in jail, and he fucking doesn't play football again. Derrick Henry broke his ass in that game.
Speaking of the tight, do they? Because Ryan Tannehill's not good.
No.
Way to put it.
Oh well played.
Do they try to go for a new? Because again, revolve your game around Derrick Henry, but and you said it. There's a game plan to beat that, right? Do they try to go and shop for a more experienced, a little bit better quarterback to try to help their game a bit, or you know what I mean?
They have their rookie quarterback Malik Mills. I think they drafted in the second round. Yeah. So
Willis.
Willis.
Has he been playing?
No, I don't. They put him in packages, but gimmick plays and stuff like that. But he's clearly going to be the one who's. I think Tannehill's done this year, and he, either release and trade or whatever.
That's why I was pissed off with the Brown trade, because I would have thought they would have used him to get a quarterback if you were going to trade anybody. They virtually would traded him for what? Draft picks? Right? Like, so they don't have anything to trade. They have to rely completely on the draft if they want to upgrade a quarterback. Right? Yeah. So the only way they get anything other than that Mills kid is if they fucking tank the rest of the season and get like a top 5-10 pick, right?
That's not.
I don't think they could do that because they're good enough to where they can make a playoff, but they're not good enough to do anything.
That's what I mean. So I feel like they wasted an opportunity. They could have got something better for Brown than what they did, right? But that being said,
they're taking the division. The Colts. Matt Ryan's done. They benched Matt Ryan for whomever the hell is fucking starting now. The Jags, they're sneaky, but really they're not. Yeah, and the Texans are the worst team in the NFL. But the Tennessee Titans should be able to run away with this division with ease.
Yeah, Indianapolis is a huge disappointment because Jonathan Taylor's not playing anything near what he was supposed to, and Matt Ryan is too fucking old to be playing football. Like, that Indianapolis has a huge problem with quarterbacking, huge quarterback issue. Philip Rivers was their best hope, but even then he was still old. Then who did they bring in? Carson Wentz.
Well, we
Right.
all knew what the fuck.
And like, I don't know what management and that team is thinking. They just are not bringing in quality quarterbacks, or they're not thinking ahead of the current season. Like, you know what I mean?
I think if anything, they should be tanking to get a quarterback. Like the hope that they had was Andrew Luck. You know, that was going to be their golden boy. But he was smart. He said, "No, fuck this shit. Too injured. I want to be able to live until I'm 90 and left." But now it's like all their
He
quarterbacks.
looks like he's 90 now.
So does Matt Ryan, bro. You see that guy?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, he looks so old. But I mean that there's not much to talk about that division. The only thing that is that Houston has that running back Pierce that he's pretty good and he could be really good in the future. But other than that, Houston.
Oh, they're gonna trade him. It's just like they traded D Hop.
Moving on to the NFC, we'll talk about D Hop in a second because he's back now. Who would have thought the NFC East would be the best division in football? I never thought that. And fuck the Giants because they beat.
Oh, let's let you guys already know how I feel about Daniel Jones. So
You fucking hate Daniel Jones, but to be honest with you,
Danny Dimes.
he's not as bad as he's not as bad as you said he was.
let's shut the fuck up.
He's not as bad as you said he was.
A fucking fluke season for the Giants. The fact that they're 6-1 is absolutely ridiculous. Daniel Jones, to me, is Jamarcus Russell 2.0.
Oh wow!
He's fast.
How do you? Daniel Jones has played absolutely horrible for four or 5 years. I think it's 4 years.
The hate is real. The hate is
And then-
real.
and then he comes in the last. They're not picking up his 5th-year option. The last season the last year of his contract, and then he decides to go. That shit. He's the fucking best quarterback I've seen in the NFL.
Wow!
Worse than Ryan.
Man,
I'm putting it on. He's worse than Ryan Leaf.
Oh man, you hate this kid.
Sorry. Fucking.
I'm gonna say the Giants are pretty damn good because they have Saquon Barkley back.
Yep.
That was That was their missing piece. They have an elite running back. I don't think
it's that and defensively, man. Look at fucking what Wink has done with that roster. That defense is that defense is balling.
fuck Wink, traitor motherfucker, going over there. But no, after playing the Ravens, I don't think they are an elite team, but I do think they are a playoff team. I don't think they will go deep in their playoffs. I just don't think they have firepower, right? Like they're one of those teams where they kind of just hold on into games, and then like third quarter they start picking it up, and then fourth quarter they hang around just enough to come back, right? You can't do that in playoffs. So
No.
and you're not going to win the division over the Eagles. You're just not, right? I've watched like
Well-
three. Go ahead.
No. You're right.
I've watched 3 Eagles games right now, and that is probably one of the best defenses I've seen since the Ravens' elite defenses. Like
And these fuckers just got better.
yeah, they just picked
Robert
up,
Quinn, man.
they just picked up Quinn, right?
4th round.
That secondary reminds me of when Ed Reed was picking balls off in center field and making like, to me that Eagles team looks really damn good. I can't make an argument as to why they can't win the division, and I can't make an argument as to why they can't win the NFC easily. I've watched 3 games of theirs now, and they just look fucking good. That defense is putting points on the board when they need to. Jalen Hurts, that kid can move, he can throw, he can run. He's making good decisions. They have, like you were saying before, they have a solid tight end where they can rely on him. They got the deep threats. I can't make an argument of why unless they really fuck up. I don't see why they shouldn't win the NFC.
And to be honest, just looking at their schedule, they look like they could have an undefeated season. They got the Giants twice.
Yeah.
But and they got the Titans. I don't think they should lose to the Titans, but I think they could go for an undefeated season. Now, mind you,
possible.
they're facing the Steelers, so they might lose that game.
Oh,
I'm starting their defense.
yeah, if you have that,
I'll give this. The Steelers. They stick around. They're a team that sticks. It's not like they're getting blown out.
They're not sticking. They're getting blown out.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. As much as I hate the Steelers,
they had 3 points. They got ass kicked.
Okay, here's the thing though. This is a very rare Steelers compliment. As bad as the team that they are this year, they have one of the best fucking coaches you can ever ask for a fucking football team. Like Mike Tomlin, other than him being a cheating bastard trying to chip Jacoby Jones, right? Other than that fucking fuckery, which he lost draft picks for, he's one of the best coaches. So you can never count them out because of that only. Like they're not going to win this season, but
never have them.
Can't because they have Matt Canada. That's the problem.
Why don't you just go over there and get rid of Canada, buddy? You fucking hate him that much.
The way I hate Canada is the way Calvin hates Daniel Jones.
That's a lot of hate.
Now, going back to New York, I don't think New York's going to even make the playoffs because I think the Cowboys are pretty damn good this year.
Stop.
Do they?
They won a whole bunch of games with Cooper Rush.
Yeah, they didn't face anyone good. Who did they face? The Lions?
The Lions
The
are
Rams
team.
are
Fuck you, I like the Lions.
Yeah, the Lions are. I like the Lions. I can't.
Fuck you, I like the Lions. Their coach cries, man. When they lose, he cries. Okay?
Like the Rams.
What other?
Rams aren't that good.
Shut the fuck up. What other coach cries when their team loses, guys? He fucking cares, okay? Jeez. He cares. I like the Lions. No, but I don't.
Commanders?
You mean the Redskins? It's the Redskins. I'm racist. So it's the Redskins to me, guys.
I don't know how they thought Carson Wentz was going to come in there and make them championship material. I like this guy is like third string at best. He's a horror. He's you know who he reminds me of? Sam Bradford, who just teams were always giving this guy $16, $17 million contract, and he was average at best. And Carson Wentz ain't even average. So I don't understand that move. They definitely need to draft a quarterback.
The half year that he had in Philadelphia has been propelling his career for his whole career. Like he had that half year prior to the injury where he was top 3 MVP. Like he was in that running, and then he got hurt, and then
like Super Bowl.
Well, yeah,
I was even the same.
Yeah, but I mean, Washington's not a terrible team. Like they're not a terrible team. They have threats. Like I think Terry McLaurin's one of the better receivers in the NFL. They have that running back Antonio Gibson, who I think is very underrated and underutilized. I think he's pretty good. I think that's mismanagement on that team's part. I think Gibson is a very good back, and they don't use him properly. They have that Samuel receiver as well, who plays pretty good. Like they have pieces, but like you said,
Does Ron Rivera get fired this season?
I'd fire his ass. Yeah,
I think so.
He's gonna have a sympathy year. He came back from being cancer. Wentz is playing bad. They're gonna give him another half season at least. They're gonna.
Are they? Sorry, are they starting Taylor Heineke again? Because he didn't play bad.
I think they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah, like okay. Going back to Dallas, Dallas is the second best team in that division. Like, I don't know why you guys hating on them so much. Bro. They have
They're the
Yeah.
third. They're the third.
Correct.
I relax. They're going to be the second best team in that division. They have a
Do
fucking
they do they
great
start,
defense.
do they start Dak
They
when he's healthy?
Have to.
they started him. They
They
started him
started
already.
him last week.
They-
Played last
They-
week.
have-
Yeah,
all that money that you paid him, you have to
He's-
give him a chance. You have
I think he's overrated.
Yeah, thank you. I was about to say that. I think Dak is overrated. I think they got to get rid of it. I'm sorry. I'm not sold on Dak Prescott.
I don't think.
stats wise and talent wise, I think he's overrated. But you look at what it means to be a Dallas Cowboy quarterback, it's more than what you can do on the.
You look at what he did in the playoffs last year.
Oh, for sure. Like,
Thank you.
for sure. Like ever since Troy Aikman, the Dallas Cowboy quarterback has been mediocre at best. You look at Romo, his best,
It's good.
the best thing that he did,
Romo is a good commentator.
yeah, I was saying the best thing that he's done for in the NFL is commentating. That's the best thing he's done. And then the other thing he's known for is fucking the butt fumble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I know.
they've had years of just having a mediocre quarterback. And I think Dak is in that mold. But what he does is that he's good at the mic.
Mold of who though?
Huh?
In the mold of who? I don't think Dak's elite like Aikman
Yeah.
or anything. I don't
No,
think
he's not. He's
I don't
not.
think-
He's not.
I don't think Dak's gonna bring the Cowboys a Super Bowl.
No, but
Okay.
they haven't won a Super Bowl since the '80s. So
I like
90s.
Yeah, a long time.
The 90s?
They're as bad as the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Okay, 90s. Sorry, this
Not even get into the league.
earlier.
Cowboys fans have been waiting for a championship as long as the Maple Leafs fans have been waiting for a fucking championship. It's that long, right?
Oh no! Oh wow!
Yeah, I'm gonna talk shit. I don't care fucking about the Leafs.
Fucking Leafs are not winning in my lifetime. So
No.
Nope.
Back to fucking football. Here's the thing about the Cowboys. I like the Cowboys. I think they have a really good defense. I don't have a problem with Dak. I don't think he is super elite, but I think he's good enough to win games in the playoffs. Here's my issue: is I think that they should be having an offense centered around Tony Pollard. I think he is the feature offensive player on that team. I think they need to deal Ezekiel Elliott and get some pieces to. I think if they can deal Ezekiel and get something for that, that would make them the elite team.
I'm surprised there's no trade rumors with him.
What they need to do, like them giving up Amari Cooper is fucking kicking them in the ass right now. Like,
Yeah.
Michael Gallup can't stay healthy. Like, they need to move Zeke and maybe like a third round pick or a second round pick, whatever, and go after a wide receiver. Like, everyone needs wide receivers, but that's their problem right now. They can't do anything on the outside. They can't do anything over top.
Yeah.
It's freaking Tony Pollard or bust.
CD Lamb is pretty good, but he's not the guy.
He drops a lot of balls though.
Yeah, that's what I say. Not the guy, right?
Not elite.
But like that's what I'm saying. The biggest flaw of this team right now is their underutilization of Tony Pollard. He is like to me an Austin Eckler. You know what I mean? He can do it all. He can catch out of the backfield. He can run. He's fast. He can do it all. And they're not utilizing him in that way. Instead, they're playing this pussyfoot with Zeke and him fucking handing. Oh, one person gets to now fucking pick a back, and I think it's him.
You realize that Zeke's getting all this money, so anytime a player's getting all that money, they're gonna utilize them.
It doesn't matter. You got to deal it. Tony Pollard's a better fucking running back.
Oh, I agree.
Right? So, I don't. That's why I say the Giants won't make it out of that division. I think they're gonna maybe get 10 wins and surprise a lot of people, but I think that Dallas is the better team, and we'll take that wildcard spot. Right?
Better than the Giants?
Sorry?
Better than the Giants?
Yeah, I think down the stretch they'll be better than the Giants. Look at the Giants' wins. They win in the last like 7 minutes of a game, right? How long can you fucking do that for before the luck runs out?
I think they're gonna tank soon. So
Yeah, because you don't like fucking Daniel Jones. What did Daniel Jones do to you? He probably didn't say. He didn't probably didn't sign the autograph to New York.
in all honesty, I don't. The thing that I hate that people keep on saying is like, give him another year. He's a good quarterback, but his record is like fucking 13 and whatever, 14 and whatever. Like He's a trash quarterback, and everyone keeps on praising him like he's something great. Like, I don't understand.
The things that keep Calvin up.
Danny Dimes.
The West with Seattle's number one. That's such a shitty division right now. How in the fuck is Seattle number one? I don't know.
Smith.
Well, yeah,
Walker.
yeah, the running back, right?
Yeah, he's a beast, man. He is beast.
Can't
Rashad
they-
Penny was made out of glass, so they
Yeah.
had this guy waiting for him, right? So I was just waiting. I drafted Penny and I drafted Walker, and I was just waiting for Penny to get hurt because he always gets hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but can they maintain this play? Like, do they win this
Oh
division?
no. I think it's going to be either the Rams or the Niners who are taking this division.
Exactly.
San Fran, all they're doing is they're just trying to get CMC into the fold a little bit, and then Debo's out this week, but San Fran's loaded, man. They're loaded.
And I like Jimmy.
I think
I think
I like him.
I think
solid.
he's a good. I think he's so underrated in this league. It's absolutely ridiculous. I think he's one of the better quarterbacks, and the fact that they drafted Trey Lance is a complete joke. And look at this guy. He starts his second season and he's out for the season. Can't even stay healthy. Like, what a joke.
What's up with the Rams? Why are they just average this year?
That offensive line is shit.
The offensive line is horrible. Super Bowl hangover.
Yeah.
And I think that injury that Stafford had preseason it's a big one, man. 'Cause you even watch that first game, he can't throw the ball downfield, like he can't move the ball.
What did he hurt?
And then his shoulder, he had like a
Yeah.
picture. The thing that the pictures have the
I know.
rotator cuff.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, that, and then them not having OBJ, like them picking up Allen Robinson has been a fucking massive bust. That guy's not doing shit. He's horrible. And I know you as a Packer fan, you're probably loving that because he's an ex-Bears player, but he's not doing shit this year. They're missing OBJ because Cooper Kupp is getting double teamed all the time, and he's still getting fucking 140 yards.
Cooper
11
Kupp
catches.
is a
Crazy.
fucking gangster.
Yeah, he's crazy, man. Like he's getting doubled all the time, and they have the corner on him, they have the middle linebacker shouting over him, and they have the safety over top, and he's still getting 11 catches on 13 targets, 140 yards. Like he's legit. But them not having OBJ hurting them.
My knock on the Rams is their defense seems to not be elite anymore at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like Aaron Donald is not balling out. Jalen Ramsey is not making big plays. The guys that they spend a lot of fucking money on aren't doing shit, right?
Yeah.
So
I would say when Aaron Donald was contemplating retirement this offseason, I knew he was gonna be bad. I knew it because you can't play football half-ass.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Like you gotta be able to put your body on the line and play legit. I think going back to Ravens a little bit, I think that's why Lamar was struggling earlier this year because he's kind of like in a position where he wants to make money, but he wants to win. Yeah, like Aaron Donald,
the money, man.
he was flirting with retirement, and then he came back, and he's just not been the same. And then Jalen Ramsey got a little bit of fame and success with his Super Bowl, and he's like I think one of the top 5 most targeted corners in the league right now. Them getting Bobby Wagner, I thought it was gonna be huge for them. He hasn't done shit for them. Like they got so many big names, but they haven't made plays this year.
Yeah.
do you think they win the division, Ergys?
I don't think so, to be honest. But I was going back to it's the same thing. I think Aaron Donald, once you won a championship, you did your whole goal with that. You know what I mean? That was your whole thing. And it's like now it's like I did it already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's whatever to me now. You know, it's he probably came back to see if he can get another one. But he already got his. You know what I mean? He already got his ring. So in his mind, like you said, he's already out the door in retirement golfing. You know what I mean? He's already there. But he just
I think it depends on the player too. Like I agree with what he's saying, but you look at someone like we say the GOAT, Tom Brady. Like this guy has fucking 7 rings. Like this is something that will never ever be accomplished ever again in the NFL. We will never see any player have remotely close to what he has. but he always comes back for the next and the next. But the difference is he puts everything into it, and I agree. Donald
look at
was
this year.
half-assed.
But
You look
Tom
at this year,
makes
well, like, sorry to cut you, but like last year, he
yeah.
was a number one rated player in the NFL last season, number one by his peers. And you look at this season,
I don't count that for shit.
I know, I agree, but like you look at, he was by his peers rated number one in the season, and then you look at this year where he spent, like, where he was retired for like 35 days, whatever it is, came back, going through the divorce. Like, he's not investing in football right now, and you can see
No.
by his play, you can see by his motivation, like, he's not investing, and they look like shit.
But
So
here's the thing about Tom that to me separates him from the rest. Like when they put that camera on him, like when a player fucks up, like when someone fucks up a route, like Tom Brady is on the sideline. They try to bleep it out, but he is cussing his guys out. He is reaming them out. He's relentlessly competitive, right? Regardless of the fact that he's won so much. Whereas, I don't see that in Aaron Donald. Like, he's supposed to be a leader of the defense. He's not those kind of things, right? Like, when you're as good as Tom is, like, even in this losing season, I'm still seeing Tom yelling at guys, making sure that they're fucking doing their assignments, doing the things that they're supposed to. That to me shows, like, as Tom wants to play another 2 or 3 years after this divorce goes through and he kind of settles things down, I don't see why he couldn't do it, and I don't see why he couldn't win another one, right? But like Aaron Donald, if he's halfway out, like you said, he should just fucking.
You think he wins another Super Bowl?
No.
Okay.
Stop it, Ash. Stop it.
Let me finish my fucking sentence, okay? If the divorce goes through without kinks, and Tom's back to Loverboy Tom, and he's got some side chick, and he's fucking on the side, and he's just playing football, I think he can win another championship.
With Tampa? Another team.
I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying he can win another championship.
I will say this. He wanted to go to Miami. Could you imagine him
Thrown to
on that Miami team?
Yeah.
Can you imagine him on that Miami team? You switch him for fucking Tua. Like, and then Tom likes to give the ball to his playmakers in space. They have the best two playmakers in space on that team. They could.
I would say Super Bowl team.
They could be a problem.
There you go. See, I told you, Tom needs to get himself a side piece, one good little hot chick, just to keep him like fresh on the road, and he's good. I'm telling you, right?
There's tons in Miami.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They already lost a draft pick because of him. So what the fuck? Let's do it. Tom, go to Miami. But that division, I say to me, I predict. Like, what about Arizona? Right? Because they got Hopkins back. Like, they seem like a mess.
I don't believe in Kyler. I think that the whole issue that he had in his contract, I think I think it's true. Like, I don't really think that he seems to study as much, and that's why they put it in his they obviously put it in his contract for a reason, right? The fact that it got out to the media, to the public, looked extremely bad. Why are you paying this guy $200 million if you're having to force him to study? There's clearly something there, and his play on the field is not great. I think Arizona will be last in the division.
Really last, huh?
I think they stay there.
I agree. I think Kyler, like, teams that never put that little statement in contracts ever in the NFL for a reason.
Yeah.
Because usually you don't have to motivate a guy to watch film. So that tells you that Kyler is not that off the field, right? He's not invested off the field. So I will say that. But what I will also say is they are a scary team. Offensively, once you get back DeAndre Hopkins,
he's just back.
Yeah. So he's back, but I know, but he's gonna take a week or two to get back into him.
Yeah, he had like 100 yards.
He had 100 yards. 13 receptions.
They just picked up fucking Robbie Anderson too, so he's like 1,000-yard guy. Even though I don't like Hollywood, because he fucking left us. He's a big play guy too. He's injured. he'll be back. He's back in about 4 or 5 weeks, I think. But they're wide receiver threat. Plus they got Zach Ertz at tight end. Like they're a scary team offensively.
Zach Ertz ain't really doing. He's not what he was when he was with the Eagles. Let's be real. And again, Murray is not
to be a 1,000-yard guy. He doesn't have to be a 1,000-yard guy. All he has to be is to be a guy who can get you receptions on third down. That's it. Because they have big play receivers.
I think
they have
their king. I think their kink is Murray. I think their kink is Murray. I think that's what's going to be holding them back. They are a good team, but Murray's definitely going to be holding them back. I don't think he's as elite as the Cardinals try to portray him to be honest. I think he's like the third best quarterback in the division.
I agree with that. I'd say Gino's better than him right now, right?
Oh.
Gino's playing amazing.
Yeah, fuck yeah, he's been like, oh God, we don't even need to get into that. And fucking, they dodged a bullet with Russell, man. Jesus Christ, they dodged a fucking bullet. Yo, okay, so Green Bay, what the fuck is wrong with Green Bay?
Wow.
I
You're
like
gonna skip the Vikings and go straight to Green Bay.
I'm gonna straight to Green Bay because I actually like Aaron Rodgers a lot, and I don't want to blame this all on him. Like, is it Aaron Rodgers?
It's not on him. Their wide receivers are god awful.
No. It's Aaron Rodgers. When you claim to be an elite, everyone puts Aaron Rodgers up with like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. I think it's a huge joke. Aaron Rodgers is a very overrated quarterback. He's overrated.
He's got MVPs, motherfucker.
When you're an elite,
that's crazy.
When you're an elite quarterback, it doesn't matter what weapons you have. You make it happen. Tom Brady is a perfect example of when
Other than Tom Brady, who is the best quarterback ever, which quarterback is successful without weapons?
Yeah. No way. Peyton Manning had Marvin Harrison. What the fuck? How you fucking forget Marvin Harrison? What are you fucking? Marvin Harrison was fucking elite receiver. Peyton Manning was launching the ball.
I even argue with Brady. He's had the best tight end in his pocket for 10 years, 8 years. So
two of them. One of I will talk ill of the dead. I will talk ill of the dead. He was good before he went crazy, okay?
Come on.
But yeah,
what?
I think
he's a murderer.
You need threats. Like as a quarterback, no matter how good you are, you need threats. And if you don't have threats, like there's only so much you can do.
I agree, but he's not doing it. Period. So
wow, I watch every game.
He's gonna retire,
unfortunately.
Okay, shut up, Calvin. Let the guy who watches every game talk.
I watch every game, unfortunately, and they drop balls, and it's not Aaron's all his fault. He's a bit of a dick, to be honest with you. But like, I can see Aaron Jones leaks out of the backfield, has maybe 25 yards ahead of him last game. This is Aaron Jones. You pay this man $50 million. And he's supposed to be our best receiver. He's running back, but he's our best receiver. And he drops it. Romeo Doobie drops it. Alan Lazard is slow as fuck. He can't even separate. Devontae had one leg to separate better than Alan Lazard ever was separated. So I don't even know. Randall Cobb had to come back to help us. I didn't even know Randall Cobb was still alive. But Randall Cobb came back to help us. So, I mean, yeah, receiver's a huge deal. But we go and we get A.J. Dillon in the draft. Hey, I like A.J. Dillon. Nothing wrong with A.J. Dillon. Well, what the fuck are we getting A.J. Dillon for and then paying Aaron Jones, right? That makes no goddamn sense. Well,
how much are you paying that back?
I still don't understand why they traded Atlanta. Like that trade made you want to please your quarterback. You know, Rodgers is bitching and complaining for so long, but you trade his number one receiver to Oakland. I still don't understand.
But why isn't Rodgers more mad?
Well,
So it's like,
well,
I
like,
don't understand.
Getting
The
paid
biggest thing
now.
with that though, the biggest thing with Adams is they knew they didn't have money to sign him because he was coming on an extension, and because Aaron Rodgers got the max, they knew they didn't have money to sign him. So as I said earlier, Aaron Rodgers fucked that team because if he just took a little bit less every year and he would allow Devontae to get his money, like that's why Brady has been great for
Didn't
so
they?
much.
Didn't they trade him
Why?
before?
No,
Didn't they trade?
Aaron Rodgers signed, I think, a year or whatever
Oh,
before.
okay.
He signed the max deal for like he's the highest paid quarterback in the league. He has like $50 million a year, and he signed that extension. And then the following year, when Devontae Adams was up for his money, they didn't have the money, so they had to get off him because they knew
They
he
could
would
have found a way.
Here's the thing, though. Okay, and since I listened to that episode of Aaron on Joe Rogan's, and I became a bigger fan of him from how he presents himself and how he speaks. You can't blame him for fucking taking money, bro. You can't. No,
No,
it's not him. Like, you're gonna give me $200 million, and I'm fucking. How old is he? Like 30?
No.
Like,
Yeah,
no,
37.
like
He's 37.
37, dude. That's his fuck you money for the rest of his life. You can't blame him for taking that money. And
I mean,
he's
listen,
MVP.
to an
listen, for
extent,
us
yes.
regular people, yes, we can say take all the fucking money you want, but what's the difference for like he's 10 years in? What's the difference between him with 300 million and him with 240 million? It's not a big difference for him because he's already made.
Well, if you spend $1 million a day, it's a big fucking deal.
I know, but he's already made 750 million over his career, so that money is not significant to him. That's why you look at Brady, who takes a little bit. Yes, he had Giselle, who was a fucking supermodel, but
Yeah,
a little bit less every year, and he gets guys like fucking Asante Samuel, get guys like those guys were going to play for the Super Bowl. Like that's why he has 7 rings, not because Brady's the GOAT, which he is the GOAT, but he has 7 rings because he took less money every year and got players, got guys to help him out, got guys in secondary, got all these guys to help him out.
Okay, but here's the thing. You can ask for money, but the management doesn't have to give you. If the Packers management said, okay, here's your fucking money, Aaron, what do you want him to say? No? Hey, keep 50. And no. He asked for it. They gave it to him. What the fuck do you want him to say? The management gave it to him.
No,
I agree. That's right.
I think,
But then-
and Adrian, tell me if I'm wrong with this, but I think the Packers fucked up when they drafted that quarterback a while ago.
Jordan Love?
Yes, I think they fucked up because I don't think they draft well. I just don't think they're a well drafting team.
No.
And I think that they are going to be in rebuild mode for 5 years because they haven't drafted well for 5 years since they drafted that fucking kid. And now they are paying Rodgers a lot of money, and they just what the fuck are you gonna do? I can't I don't blame this on Aaron Rodgers. I think this is a complete mismanagement of this team. I think you could have another Super Bowl contention team like Aaron when he won the MVP last year, right?
Yep.
Yeah, like he's the fucking MVP.
Back to back years.
It's the fucking MVP. I don't care what anyone says. If he took 50 million a year, he's the fucking back to back MVP. This is a complete mismanagement of a fucking football team.
They needed a wide receiver in the draft. They move up in the first round and they take a fucking defensive tackle. And then they have another draft pick in the first round and they take a fucking other defensive player. Mind you, both from Georgia, which is cool. Like, I'm down with the Georgia, Alabama guys. Like, you draft from big schools and stuff. But, like, what the hell? So, man.
Yeah.
Like,
but
as a
I'm
fan,
surprised they don't make a trade for a receiver.
yeah.
Yeah.
But does Rodgers stay for the rebuild years, or does he?
No, he's out.
He's
out.
gone next year.
Yeah, I don't.
You think he's retiring, or you think he's leaving? You think they're gonna move off him because he signed the extension?
I think he'll retire and then he'll go into doing what Romo does.
retire after this year. Like he just came off winning back to back. He's gonna retire now.
I think he'll retire. I think he'll retire, especially with what he has right now. The only way I could see him staying is if they make moves to get him real weapons. If you think Rodgers going to play with what he has right now next year, you're crazy.
Minnesota.
I can see him demanding a trade before he retires. But like
He goes to Denver.
Yeah.
he's literally never played better football than he's ever played right now. Literally, like he's back-to-back MVPs and he's in retire. Like that's That sounds
Maybe
great.
a trade.
Well,
I agree with
I can
you.
see.
Maybe a trade.
I can definitely see him saying, "Get me the fuck out of here." Like I can see him saying that. I don't know where he'd go. Maybe if Tom stays in Tampa, maybe he goes to Miami. Like I don't know where he goes.
He could go to
But
Indy. I
fuck,
can see him fitting well in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, they're at Dome Stadium. Yeah, could happen.
But the other thing is sorry, I lost what I was gonna say. This fucking weed hit me.
It's the Vikings.
Sorry, yeah, the weed hit me just now. I forgot what I was gonna say. No, the Vikings. How are they 5-1? Like, I think I talked to you guys about this, like Kirk Cousins syndrome. Like, it's the ability not to show up to primetime games. Yet
He's not on primetime games. That's what
uh, 5-1. I mean, I don't think anybody saw that coming. But
No, I called this from the beginning of the year. I said Minnesota was going to win the division. You look at that roster; they are a very, very talented roster. Them getting Zadarius Smith, like they're so talented, and then Jefferson, like they got talent everywhere on that roster. The only question on that whole roster, similar to what I have with San Francisco, the only question I have is the quarterback. If they had a top 10 quarterback, it wouldn't be a question that they'd be a fucking they'd be the favorite in the NFC.
Don't disrespect Kirk.
I hate Kirk Cousins like he hates Danny Dimes.
Kirk is
I hate Kirk Cousins.
Kirk is a very medium. He's a very he's like a B- C+ quarterback. He's very mid level.
Kirk Cousins is the Ryan Tannehill of the NFC.
He's very mid level.
Like, come on, no, he's better than Ryan.
Yeah.
Dude,
Not much better, but he's
okay. Here's the thing with the Vikings. I don't think Dalvin Cook is that good. I think he's a great running back, but I don't think he's what's going to take them to, I don't think he's that. I don't think Minnesota has a good running game. I think they have really great receivers. I think they have a good defense. I don't think they have a good running game. I think it's too inconsistent to win fucking anything in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and he's always fucking hurt. He always fucking hurt.
Always.
He's been playing though.
If he was there 16 games a year, you can hang your hat that he's gonna give you 1,000 yards, 1,200 yards. You can hang your hat on that, but he's always fucking hurt. So you can never trust him to be there when it counts. Their wide receivers are legit. Like everyone forgets that. Like Adam Thielen is a very, very, very good wide receiver, and he's like in the back burner because you got Jefferson there doing the giddy and shit. Like,
yeah.
They're so talented on everywhere offensively. They're so talented. Just the quarterback is just so inconsistent. And as guys said, like it's fucking once fucking Kirk Cousins is anywhere near a primetime game, he folds. He's like RG3 after the injury. Like
so Minnesota wins the Super Bowl as long as they don't play in primetime.
As long as they don't play
That's it.
His red zone efficiency sucks, dude. It's those plays in the end zone. Justin Jefferson's making some catches. Boy. That guy's legit unreal. Yeah. I don't know. I don't trust that man.
The rest of that division, Chicago and the Lions. The Lions are my favorite team in that division.
Oh, man.
Fuck you. They have their coach cares. Okay, he cries when they lose.
They were my dark.
They're 1-5.
I thought they would be doing much better. They have a good team. I think it's the quarterback that.
No, you know what your guys' problems is? You've been watching Hard Knocks too much. That's what it is.
Funny enough, I've never even seen an episode, and I've never watched in my life. But I thought they would be better. And the way that the Bears use Fields, they just need to trade that kid because he's so much better than what that team is.
Hey, I don't want to say this because we got a Packers fan here, and Packers and Bears have it's like us as Steelers, but their O-line is so fucking bad. It does a disservice to Justin Fields. Like I watched the game. Was it Denver? Every fucking play, he runs for his life. He has 0.5 seconds in the fucking backfield before he has to run. Like their O-line is so bad. and it's a miracle that they beat San Francisco that game because it was fucking raining and no one could see. It was a miracle, but like the fact that they have a win this season is like a remarkable because their line is so bad.
3 wins.
3 wins, yeah, it's remarkable because their O line is so bad. Like Jefferson had like literally if not Jefferson Fields like when he gets the ball, he gotta run. Like the games he's won, he has like over 60+ rushing yards because he has to run for his life.
They have the same amount of wins as the Packers.
Yep.
But we beat them though.
I like the Lions. Okay, I like the Lions.
You know what? But I was just looking here. Before they got destroyed by the Patriots, they had some pretty close games.
That's
They
what
had
I'm
some
saying.
high-scoring, close games.
The Lions have
Then
like,
afterwards,
they have a good receiver in that St. Brown. I like their running backs, like Jamal Williams.
He's been hurt too.
Yeah, he's been hurt all the time too. He just got a concussion, so he'll be out for 3 days and he'll be back. Don't worry, it's the NFL for you, right? I like Jamal Williams. Like he's a fucking hard runner. He's like a goal line guy though. He's not like a every down back. I think the problem with them is they can't get Swift healthy. Like he's not healthy. If that guy is healthy, they're actually a good team. Forget Goff. Like Goff is secondary. Like they have actually good running and they have good receivers. They're not a terrible team. I just like
make some plays though.
when you say that. Give me an example. Yeah,
He's got some high-scoring games.
you're just going based off of the fucking score. That's not fair. What if the defense scored all that shit, you fucking guy?
No, you're right.
They ain't doing shit. But here's the thing that the Lions will do is they will fuck another team's chance up at the end of the year. That's exactly what they're gonna do. They're not gonna.
You're giving them too much credit. Stop it. They're not.
They will win a game for a team that is vying for a wild card spot and fuck it up for them. That's what they would do. Right?
Like you look at them last year, they led the NFL in 1-possession games. Like they're competitive. They're losing a lot of games.
Yeah,
but they're competitive and they believe in their coach. Because as Ash was saying,
Surprise.
He cries because he cares, guys.
They believe in their coach and they're in close games. It's just they just don't have enough guys to make plays, and the quarterback is just not him.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I think when they replace Goff, which I think is going to be next year, they can draft. It seems like right now they're going to have the first overall pick. They can draft a quarterback. I think they'll be so much better next year.
Oh, they have the pieces, man. I don't think they're a bad team. I just think they're missing that key aspect. And the South is the shittiest division in the league.
I got Mariota. I got him starting because my QBs are. I had Aaron Rodgers as my starting QB and Matt Stafford as my backup.
Oh,
and both of them have been playing terrible. So I'm using Mariota now. So let's go.
Well, Atlanta's winning. Atlanta's winning that division, but
Saying a lot.
that's such a terrible division. The thing about Atlanta is they're missing their running back. I don't even know how to say it. Cordell
Patterson.
Yeah, Cordell Patterson. He's actually a really good runner. And he's kind of what holds that team. Mariota's not bad though. Like if I was Tennessee, I would have held on to that guy, right? But
Replace Tannehill? Absolutely.
yeah. Well, I would have replaced Tannehill. Fuck him. Who wins this division? Because it's like totally crap. Like I can't even call it. Like
Tampa's gonna win.
No, they're not. I'm calling Tampa not.
I go with Tampa too. Like just because the division is so who you gonna trust? Carolina's quarterback, whoever that quarterback is. No, who you gonna trust?
Texas Ranger.
Yeah, you're gonna trust.
Isn't it Baker Mayfield?
It's Walker, Texas Ranger.
It was Mayfield until he shit the bed, and now PJ Walker is there. But and then you look at Saints. They got fucking Jameis. They got fucking who I like Taysom Hill, but he's not a quarterback. Like I'm not worried about them. Hopefully,
He's gonna throw those INTs.
Yeah, Jameis is gonna throw picks, so hopefully he throws a lot of picks 2 weeks from now. And then that division is just not good. I think Brady easily, like once they make a correction here and there, like Brady easily gets
3-5.
Brady Brady easily takes that team to 10 wins, 9 wins easily. I think.
You win
I-
that division at
I
500.
say Atlanta wins the division. I think Atlanta.
I'm
wins
going
the
with Ash. I'm going with Ash.
I think Atlanta wins the
I'd be
division.
surprised if Atlanta wins. I would be surprised.
Fuck you guys. If they get Cordell Patterson back, they're gonna fucking win the division. I think they
He's
are.
not even a real running back. He's like a hybrid. A wide receiver running back. They're running Tyler Algier.
Punt returner guy as well. Like he's just all over the.
Fuck you guys. You guys are all Tom Brady's dick. No, I stay.
I don't
Atlanta.
think.
Go ahead.
No, I don't. No, you're right. I don't know, but because I don't think they're gonna go first. They got Rams this Sunday, and I think they're gonna lose that game. They're gonna be 3-6 then.
Who, Tampa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can win this division. I think you win the division one game below 500.
Oh yeah,
This
for
game,
sure.
It's up for grabs.
Yeah, this is a horrible division. Absolutely.
Okay, Carolina now. What the fuck do you do with this team? Like, they traded Christian. I didn't
They're
understand.
obviously tanking for fucking. They're trying to get Bryce Young. Obviously,
I didn't
traded
understand
with
the trade.
McCaffrey.
What was
They're
the
trying to get Bryce. They're trying to get Bryce Young. That's all it is.
I didn't
I
understand
think
the
the
trade.
Lions will get.
But I didn't understand the trade. I didn't like Christian McCaffrey's still one of the best running backs in the league. And they gave him for nothing.
He's always injured. No, they got like fucking 5 picks for him.
Nothing in the first round.
Still, like you can still build a roster with second round picks, but like they got 5 picks for a guy who's always hurt. Mind you, if McCaffrey is healthy, it's a fucking steal for San Fran. If he's healthy,
Well,
it's a steal. But
good.
I don't think he didn't play healthy.
He looked good in the San
He did look really
Francisco.
good. He did look really good. As I said, if McCaffrey's healthy, you got McCaffrey, who is probably the best overall running back in the NFL, and then you got Deebo Samuel, who's fucking Cordell Patterson on fucking drugs. He does everything. Deep ball, over the middle, fucking in the backfield, does everything. So you got all those 2 guys, plus you got fucking their coach or their OC, Kyle Shanahan. They got all those guys. They got pieces.
Like Kittle, baby. I love
They
that.
got Kittle. They got Kittle. They got so many pieces on that roster.
I think the Panthers are just going to have a fire sale. I think they're an extreme. You know, if Baker came in and played good, I think things would be fine. I don't think they would have traded CMC. But I think
bring back
sucks though.
As a Ravens fan, I've been telling you on the group, I'm hoping to God they traded Robbie Anderson, they traded CMC. I'm hoping Ravens, because EDC the last 2 years he's gone out and made like, he got Marcus Peters for like nothing. He got fucking
DJ Moore.
I want DJ Moore.
You want DJ Moore?
I'm hoping so much, man. 3 years in a row. I'm hoping so much to get DJ Moore because EDC has that in him. Like every trade deadline, he goes and gets like a piece for like nothing. And I don't know if we'll get him for nothing, but
they
need a wide receiver.
They have their defensive end Burns. Apparently, they're asking 2 first-round picks for him, and teams are actually offering 2 first-round picks. So, like I said, the Panthers are a shit show. I think they're having fire sale and just going to be in a complete rebuild mode.
Well, is New Orleans in complete rebuild mode too? I'd say so. Like they need.
Well, there's a rumor that the Eagles are in talks to trade for Kamara.
Huh? That's interesting.
That would be fucking insane if they get Kamara. Like
Well,
Kamara is he's like a top 5 all around back. He catches the ball in the backfield. He lines up in the slot. He does everything. He's a really good back. So for them to get him,
Kamara also wears the biggest fucking gold chain to play football I've ever.
Bigger than Crabtree?
Every game.
Bigger than Crabtree? I don't know.
Yes, this guy's fucking chain's coming out. I'm like, yo, put that shit away, bro. But that division's shit. Now, we've gone through all that fucking stuff. Who wins this thing? Like, based on everything we've seen this year, I'm going to just say I have a bias pick. Obviously, I'm going to say Baltimore will do really well if they stay healthy and if they make an acquisition. If they don't do those 2 things, they won't do really well. But I'm going to go with Buffalo and Kansas City. I think Buffalo is just the team to beat in the NFL right now. And then in the other side of it, I have to go with the Eagles. I don't see anything better than that right now. Let's start.
If I'm going off of fucking just what I see so far, like just off of the first 8 weeks, no 7. Well, we're week 8 right now. We're able to see off of 7 weeks right now. I will say it has to be Philly versus Buffalo. If you're just looking at the season right now, but I have faith in Mahomes and Andy Reid, so I think they'll be there. As a Ravens fan, I think, as I said earlier, I think they can beat anybody in the NFL. They can go in there and beat Patrick Mahomes, as we've seen. They can go in there and beat or hang with the Bills. They can beat anybody. On the flip side of that, Lamar hasn't made that jump yet, where he makes those key throws and he turns the ball over in key moments. So like I can't, as a football fan, believe in the Ravens, but as a Ravens fan, I believe in them. But if I'm gonna put my money on it, I'm gonna say the Bills and Buffalo will be there in the end.
The Bills and Buffalo are the same team.
Sorry, Bills and fucking Philly. Bills and Philly. You see that it's kicking in.
That's when the weed. That's when the weed hits.
You can see it's kicking in. Yeah.
All right, Adrian, what do you say?
Well, Buffalo looks the best in the AFC. Kansas City they have Patrick Mahomes. Philly looks amazing. But the dark horse, I feel like the 49ers can do something.
Thank you.
I mean, that defense is good. They're hurt. Fred Warner is like really amazing. Their defense is what's going to carry them. But adding CMC, now you like open it up for Kittle. And Trent Williams comes back. Kittle's the best blocking tight end in all of football. He's better than fucking Travis Kelce. I know you love your Mark Andrews. He's better than Mark Andrews.
Kelsey, Andrews don't block. Those guys are just deep. They're just down. Andrews will block a little bit because he's in the Ravens option.
He's better blocking than Kelsey is.
Kelsey doesn't block shit. He doesn't block shit.
He's even play first down sometimes. They got standing on the outside.
Well, that's
anyway.
Sorry, go ahead.
What's that?
Go ahead. No, I was just saying that's the reason why the Ravens carry 4 tight ends is because fucking Andrews doesn't block.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Kittle does it all. That's the problem. Like George Kittle would get more stats than both those guys if he wasn't such a good fucking blocker. But he really is he's a hard-nosed farm boy from Iowa doing shit in the NFL. But now he might get opened up a little bit with Trent Williams. CMC opens it up a lot because he's so good with pass protection as well, too, right? And you can throw the ball out of it. He had such a dimension to them. It's not, now, as if Jimmy G was a decent quarterback, could he game manage this? Because he didn't game manage them against Kansas City in that Super Bowl. He did not game manage them. And Mostert wasn't doing he kept them in as much as he could.
Mostert's balling out in Miami, though. He was
It's when he doesn't get hurt, he's like a real legit quarterback. A real legit running back. But, he's like Rashad Penny 2.0. He's just bound to get hurt at some point in the season. It's just when. When is he going to get hurt? Yeah. And if he doesn't, I don't know. But yeah.
Ergys, what do you say?
I'm not going to definitely choose my team. We suck. Let's be real.
I can't choose your team. Sorry.
No, you can't. I even said before I'd be like, I hate them. I'm like, I don't hate any team. We suck. I can't hate any team. We're just awful. We're just terrible. We're just there, But no, I got the Bills. I honestly, Bills. But I'm hoping for Josh Allen to go past that hump of beating Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean? Because that's what's blocking him. That's what's beating Patrick Mahomes. I think he could do it this year. I think they're a very well-rounded team. I think they're a big threat. I don't think anyone beats them to go to the Super Bowl. And I was going to choose the Eagles, but just to piss off Calvin, I'm going to go with the Giants.
Fuck you.
I think the Giants, I think Danny Dimes is going to be outstanding in the playoffs. He's going to show his true potential. And he's going to be the second coming of Eli Manning.
In your heart, you believe that.
He might be Joe Flacco. Did you go back to Joe Flacco
That's
fifth
true.
year? What did he do in
Yeah.
his fifth year?
He won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The miracle.
Look at that, Calvin.
You all know
Look at
they're
that,
fucking
Calvin.
lying, okay? All these are fucking lying. Daniel Jones is a piece of shit.
The miracle at Mile High will read. What? Remember that?
So,
That pass.
Hey,
I'm
that
gonna.
game, I shed tears. That game, huh?
I ran.
That game in Denver, I shed tears. I'll
Yeah.
never forget. I'll never forget that game. Ever forget that game?
I ran out. I was in university. I ran out in my underwear in the hallway. I was
There
so
you go.
red. But
I wanna say, of course, being biased is always the Ravens. I agree with you guys. If we stay healthy, proper play calls and everything, but being a football fan, I am gonna pick the Bills, and I'm gonna actually surprise you guys. I'm actually going to pick the Vikings.
what? No.
Yeah.
I was gonna pick that too, but I wanted to piss off Calvin.
Fuck you.
Okay, I don't see the Vikings. Okay, they can't. Kirk Cousins doesn't win
Prime
a
time.
prime game.
I know he's inconsistent, but
Like, if you want to talk shit about
No,
Daniel
he's
Jones,
consistent.
like,
He's consistent at losing in primetime games.
yeah, if you want to talk shit about Daniel Jones and then you go with fucking Kirk Cousins to fucking win the NFC,
Hey, come on.
better than Daniel Jones.
no,
Better than Daniel Jones.
no, I disagree. I disagree. He's just as bad. Like, if you're gonna pick two, like they're
Can
equal.
we say just as good?
No, I don't think they're both. I don't think they're good quarterbacks. I just think both of them have good teams around them right now, making them look good, right?
But Daniel Jones has been playing like shit since he's entered the league. Kirk Cousins has been playing decent. Like, I'm not saying he's elite or anything like that, but I think the team is good enough to make it. I think the Giants are gonna flounder. I think the Eagles are going. I don't think the Eagles will make the playoffs. I think they'll be one and done.
I could possibly see them doing the same thing that the Ravens did a couple years ago when we tanked into Tennessee. That hurtful, dreadful season that ended. I could see that happening to the Eagles too.
Yeah.
I think they're.
I lost so much money that year because I was convinced that we would win Super Bowl. Like that train was rolling. To run to Tennessee, like I dropped a lot of F bombs that night, man.
Well, I think
Are
a
you?
lot of people. But here's my thing with the Eagles. As
Such
good
a
as
great night for me. Such a great night.
fuck you, fuck you,
Right.
fuck you. You were texting me like an asshole too, like a big bitch.
I was.
About your running back fucking fucked it up. Yeah, he's a quarterback. Fuck you. Anyway,
Who are the Steelers though?
back to the Eagles though. I think they're like one or two key injuries away from not being as good as they are. I think that if they can stay healthy, they might be the same. They might be the real deal. But I think some of those defensive backs go down. I don't think their defense bails them out of those games and gets because a lot of their points are defensive points, right? So if they stay healthy, they're a good team. But I don't see them winning the Super Bowl. I don't know. What do you guys think about the Eagles?
They'll go as far as Jalen Hurts takes them.
I think one and done.
So I mean, I think it's a consensus that Buffalo is going to be there, right? And a consensus that Mahomes will have a factor. I think the NFC's up for grabs, but I do like the 49ers, right? As that dark horse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I really do.
It's definitely.
That's a good one.
All right. Well, we've run through the whole fucking thing. We'll probably do it. Let's do this before the end of the season again.
Sure.
Thanks everybody for taking some fucking time. It was fun. I enjoyed it, and yeah, that's it, man. All right, thanks, guys. Hey, everybody. Thank you for watching and listening to the Grinds My Gears podcast. Please head over to Spotify. Make sure you like and subscribe, as well as head over to YouTube. Hit the subscribe button and the like on the video as well. And head over to gmg-podcast.com to get all up-to-date info on the podcast, as well as other special things that we have on that website.